What's going on? That boy Tyson needs to sit down somewhere. That's what Mike Tyson needs to do. He needs to sit his ass down somewhere. All right. Tyson had a few comments for Deontay Wilder. They were talking about Deontay Wilder's knockout power and how Deontay Wilder might be the hardest hitter. If it might be a harder hitter than Mike Tyson, he said maybe he is. It might be probably the hardest hitting heavyweight of all time, for all we know. But after that, talk started about how, these guys, they might be making more money than us, but as if like they're not them, they're not on their level. That quote, Deontay Wilder doesn't have the heart of he needs to build the heart of a champion. And somehow that he's already given up, or some BS that he was saying. And it's like, no disrespect, but Mike Tyson is the last person that should be talking about having the heart of a champion. He's the absolute last person. First of all, Deontay Wilder is just a champion in life. This is a person who's, his daughter was born, had physical ailments, and this guy just he didn't go out into the streets. He didn't go out doing anything crazy, risking himself, where he could be put away from this child for extreme long periods of time. What he did was try to figure out a way to secure her life forever. Working 2-3 jobs at fast food restaurants. Then figuring out, this ain't gonna cut it. I gotta do something else. So real late picking up boxing, and in a short period of time going up against guys who been doing this their whole lives and winning a bronze medal. Turning pro. Oscar De La Hoya with his cheap ass has him fighting in gyms and freaking barns and literally barns and stuff. And him doing it, getting sent off to fight in places like Cuba and doing it, and just keeping on progressing and learning and getting better in the sport, and eventually becoming heavyweight champion of the world. And about that, a lot of people said he was going to lose. They can talk all the junk they want about Stavern now. They were all saying that Deontay Wilder was going to get knocked out in that fight. Him winning that and keeping on pushing and continuously progressing himself, fighting with broken hands, fighting in fights where he had third-degree burns and a broken hand and still went in there and fought. And then in his first fight where he's facing adversary while being sick, being sick as hell, weighing in at less than 220 pounds, going up against Ortiz, getting clipped, and lasting through that whole round as he's getting hit and hit and hit and hit and hit. Moving, staying up, refusing to go down. Then coming back, catching this boy and putting him out and retaining his belt. If that ain't the heart of a champion, I don't know what is. We all know what happened to Mike Tyson when he got caught up in a situation like that in Tokyo against a Buster Douglas. We all know what happened in that particular situation. We all know. And if you don't, go take a look at the tape. Go take a look at that tape. And when he got caught up in that situation where you had to have the heart of a lion, the heart of a champion, what he did. And then go take a look at Deontay Wilder, what he did. Then he takes on a Tyson Fury. And about that he's down in. That he shouldn't have been down in because he had a knockdown on Fury that they didn't count. But he pushes on, boom, gets a knockdown. Then pushes on. They later puts that boy's lights out, which any other ref would have waved a flag on that. Gets a draw and retains his belt. If that's not a heart of a champion, I don't know what is. Then even though he had that close call, he goes and takes on that Ortiz again. The person that's one of the people that is your kryptonite, he takes on him again. Makes a few adjustments. Doesn't let go as much as in the first fight in order to protect himself. And when he gets opening, he takes it. Then after that fight, even though he had this hard fight against Fury, even though he was able to get out of there with his belt, he takes on that dude again. You know, has complications obviously in that fight, as other fighters, especially in the heavyweight division, have had in their lives. Ends up getting the short end of the stick. Fights until the towel is thrown in. Never gives up. Something we've seen Mike Tyson do on multiple occasions, by the way. He never gives up. He keeps just going and going and going until that towel gets thrown in. And what does he do after that fight? He signs up for a third bout. And he's going up against his adversary again for the third time. If that's not what being a champion is, if that's not what having the heart of a champion is, then I don't know what is, man. I don't know what it is. And the last person that should be talking about this is Mike Tyson. From Buster Douglas to Evander Holyfield to the last couple of losses that he's had in his career against low-tier competition, where he wasn't focused the way he's supposed to be, where he didn't train the way that he was supposed to be. This is literally one of the last people that should be talking about having the heart of a champion. You know, when your career shows that you've been anything but that, you should keep your mouth shut when it comes to that subject. But it is what it is. Sometime this year we'll see what's up with Deontay Wilder, and we'll see what he's all about. But for now, like, subscribe, share. I'm out.